This is an audiobook recording of Anne and Margaret's write-up of their trip to Rockhampton in 1969, travelling with their mum and dad. Keef is reading this directly from the diary. Anne noted that they broke up from school on Thursday, August the 21st, 1969. Saturday, August the 23rd, left home at 6:05 a.m. Highland fog, wet and damp. Milkman left 6 pints of milk by mistake. Passed one accident on highway, front of car stoved in. Weather clearing up, plastic covering on roof box. Stopped at Lake Macquarie to get petrol. Saw policeman on lake, passed Cold Tea Creek. Reached Newcastle at 9:30 a.m. A Sullivan's Gap fork. Rainforest, mountainous, heavily timbered country. Occasional showers, lots of caravans on the road. Aboriginal settlement just before Tiree. Car splattered with mud. Had lunch at Tiree. Pipe Clay Creek, mountains with clouds. Passion Fruit Creek, 28 miles from Port Macquarie. Herons Creek. Burrawan State Forest, torrential rain in afternoon. Cars had headlights on. Slept in Ocean View Motel for night, big family room. Went to bed early and read magazines. Heard weather. Now, Sunday, nothing good on TV. Had breakfast, left motel 9 a.m. 260 miles travelled so far. Sunday 24th of August, left Port Macquarie at 9 a.m. Arrived Kempsey 10:20 a.m. Cool weather, torrential rain. Fredericton near Mackay River. Dad saw a dead snake on the road, 18 inches long. Flat undulating country. Had lunch of cold chicken at Coffs Harbour. Stopped raining. Saw Coffs Harbour, did not like it. Woolgongla. Past Trick Quarantine Gables. Sunny periods, 3:45 p.m. Then terrific state forest. Glenugie Mountains, 1031 feet. Bonbon Creek. Dead wallaby on side of road. Bonbon State Forest. Stayed the night in rather old caravan in Glenwood Tourist Park, 1 mile from Grafton. Arrived in Glenwood Tourist Park just after 4 p.m. Had tea. Slept in sleeping bags. Mileage so far 432 miles. We did 111 miles that day. Monday, August the 25th. Got up at 5 a.m. to have breakfast. Left caravan at 8:20 a.m. Roads flooded on Grafton and Brisbane roads. Saw several Aboriginals in Grafton. When we saw a family of Aboriginals, weather clearing up, walked up Grafton Main Street. Bought supplies, 4 postcards. Dad and Brian bought rope, which cost $6.95, 40 cents a metre. Canvas tarpaulin for car. Left Grafton 9:20 a.m. Had good impression of Grafton. Jacaranda lined avenues. Took road to Brisbane Fields. Baby bed badly flooded. Saw first pineapples in fields. Grazing country. Driving along Clarence River. Past Colmer Ferry on Clarence River. More pineapples, sugarcane plantations. Crossed Clarence River 3 times so far. Past another tick quarantine gate. We are all at tick free though. Past Koala crossing plain just before Broadwater. Koala Sanctuary. Saw barges on river at Broadwater and the real koala country before Ballina. Sunshine after days of rain. 11:15 a.m. Strong winds. Had posh $3.90 Chinese meal in Ballina. Left Ballina at 1:05 p.m. Hilly Downs after Ballina. Stopped at McLeod's Chute. Got marvellous views of Byron Bay and Pacific coast. Grassy slopes to see. Saw excellent examples of a meandering river on plains below Brunswick River. Saw mountain wearing ahead. High peaked mountain. Stock crossings on roads. Blue patches over Queensland. Burlington Bar range on right of road. We are now under the blue skies. No more rain. Stopped for petrol at Murwillimba. Saw Tweed River. Garage man said they hadn't had rain for months. More cane fields, palm trees, fires on sorry about the coughing. Fires on cane fields, orange smoke burning off. Sugar mill, Colonial Sugar Refining Company. High mountain ranges on left of road. Burnt surfaces, sticky smell, rather sweet. Scoff's Island, which palm first. Tropical growth, stop crossings and tramways. Stopped at border caravan site on New South Wales Queensland border between Tweed Heads and Coolangatta. Put tents up, had meal using new picnic table. Started to rain. Mum and Dad and Brian in big borrowed tent. Anne and Margaret in our blue tent. Deluge and terrible winds. Both tents leaked. Family got into car. Looked for motel vacancies, but none. From 9 to 11 p.m. Slept in car just outside Broad Beach Caravan Park near Surfers. Poured all night. Tuesday, August the 26th, 605 miles now travelled. Had breakfast at 5:30 a.m. Left 6:45. Past Surfers Paradise, posh motels, swimming pools, palm trees, etc. Suburbs of Brisbane. Lots of children going to school in bare feet. Tram lines, no trams. Not impressed with Brisbane. Smells. Nearly got lost. Coolangatta West. Had chocolate drink at Golden Fleece restaurant, 15 cents each. Blackhall Range, past Glasshouse Mountains, named by Captain Cook. Lots of pineapple farms and bananas. Stayed at Caratella, Woombye. Nice. Had shower, washed hair. Clean newish place. Had cabin. Car undercover. $5.50 a night. Wednesday the 27th, 728 miles so far. Left cabin 9ish. Visited Caloundra. Nice town on Sunshine Coast. Bought postcards and shopping. Went up coast to Shelley Beach and searched for agates and chameleons. Found several embedded in rock on beach. Samples unidentified as yet for sure. Went to Columbra, then Maroochydore Road right next to coast. Turned island to Buderim. See Mum's diary for more details. Visited Australia's only ginger factory, Merrybud. Only one in Southern Hemisphere. See literature. Watched strawberry and ginger processing. Mum and Brian had ginger beer, 6 cents each. Mum ordered ginger for the Humes to be posted. Fascinating. Saw theaterette film. Past Cox's Museum and Pioneer Cottage. Picked up sugar-free samples. Rushed on to Murwillimba Beach, 40 miles long. Palm trees, coral islands just off the road with coral reef around it. And found agate. Took shortcut to harbour. Getting dark, rushed back to Woombye. Unlocked car, had meal, went to bed at 10 p.m. Marg slept on Lilo on floor. Wrote postcard to Wendy. in sleeping bag. Rained heavily that night. Thursday the 28th of August. Had now done 808 miles. Got up at 5:16 a.m. Packed car and had breakfast. Left the cabin by 7:10 in the morning. Travelled through grassy slopes, high mountains on the right of the road, covered by thick mists. Rain stopped. Past cowboy on a horse, dressed in shorts and sun hat. Hilly country. Every house in Queensland is on stilts. Jack Cross Creek, 8:30 a.m, just before Gympie. Past Gympie. Gold rush at Town Hall. Past children waiting for school bus. Lots of something beads. Very few campers in Queensland. Past pure white bullocks in field. Sun is shining. Stopped car to secure roof ropes. Picked up rock samples. 2 hours on the road, 9:10 a.m. Stopped for period at Gunnedah to buy postcards, 12 cents each. Visibility improving, 9:30 a.m. Roads drying up. Small banana plantation, Glenwood. No sign of people in homesteads. Patch of blue sky. Milk and crates and lorries outside homesteads. Pawpaws for sale. Sugarcane fields at Rossendale. Tree-lined slopes. Good soil. Double dump. Tatty houses, about 6 of them. Petrol station. Got behind big pipe layer lorry. Tiaro, 86 miles to Bundaberg, extremely red soil. Caravan, 60 miles per hour, 3 hours, 100 miles, excellent roads, very straight. 10:10 a.m. raining. Tiana overnight cabins, and then Maryborough. Wallace Caravan Park, Caravilla. Stopped at Maryborough for drinks, $1 and cakes. Got stared at a lot. They have never seen tourists before. Left Maryborough 11:15. 2 miles of dirt road. Puddles everywhere. Bigger patches of blue sky appearing. Car is like an oven. Humid. Saw a mirage on the road. Torbanilla. Real colonial houses with verandas. Howard State School on stilts. Hotels in orange. Feet. Bike racks under schools. Ant hills, rough macadam roads, red soil. More mirages, rough timbered country. Blackened trees, trunks to stumps. Long straight roads with cattle roaming freely on the edge. Pig Creek. Little Pig Creek. Sugar cane as far as the eye could see. Childers. Saw cherry trees. Quite big town. Public bar has swing doors as in the western movies. Street wides, verandas. Looks like a western town. Brought petrol. Childers had 1 inch of rain. Drought stricken. Cane crashing season lasts 25 weeks. In second week. Had picnic lunch near Childers Post Office. Strolled down the street, extremely hot. Took photos of us against the pub. 1:50 p.m. Petrol indicator does not work. It reads 0, but it was filled just before lunch. 1:55 p.m. Returned to garage for a checkup in Childers. Nice garage man fixed it. 2:20 left Childers. 3:02 crossed Burnt Bridge. Rickety wide riverbed with no river drought had got rid of all the water. Many cars still kicking up dust. Still hot and sunny. 3:05 p.m. Saw our lot. Kookaburra. Frilled head lizard dead on road. Another kookaburra. Gin. Wide streets. Straggled grass and trees. Separate. Maria Street. Gin Motel. Night. Single, double. Family rooms. Gin Creek. 3:25 p.m. We have just done 1,000 miles just west of Gin. So in total we've done 1,017 miles. Dead pheasant on the road, good weather ahead. Brown and white cows drinking by billabong. Pink blossom trees on both sides of the roads. Mountains in dust. Calliope ranges. Sunny Hills cabins 3 miles. Stayed for night near cabins but in a rest area. Put tents up. Went to bed 7 p.m. Had shortage of water. About 8 miles from Minimara Falls. Friday the 29th of August. Got up 5:55 a.m. Had breakfast. Dew on grass, parakeets and birds kicking up a big fuss. Red and multicoloured birds. Flies becoming numerous. Left 8:30 a.m. Saw Aboriginal stockman on gorse on side of road. Had dog. Young cows on side of the road ambling across. Dad had to go slow. Saw another Aboriginal stockman on a horse. Dead wallaby on road. Cattle roaming freely across roads. Stock route. Pale Herefords. Some had horns. Nice bush scenery. Thin cows with square horns on road. Mountain on left. Past picket fence. Or no, electric fence. 7 Mile Creek. Caravan. Long lizard scuttling across the road in front of the car. Palm Creek stopped to fix tarpaulin. Dawes Ranges. High thickety forest mountains. 2 miles of bad road. Miramara Falls. 9:30 a.m. Stop for petrol. 4 gallons, $2.04. Mount Vale was short of petrol. Motels, petrol stations on stilts, Skeleton Creek, mirages on the road, mountain ranges ahead, heat haze, grassland plains, stopped to fix tarpaulin again, horses and cattle, train tracks, trolleys worked by hand, 2 men who were in shorts and hats. 9:45, Flintstone Caravan Park. Rock shop, hot morning, past tents and campfires, swagman with suit on. Machine Creek, dried up, big pipelines, stopped again to tie tarpaulin, 10:35. Callop River, shallow, wide, people fishing and swimming, country getting drier, dry, sparse grass. Larcombe, 40.5 miles from Rockhampton. Raglan Creek, 35 miles to Rockhampton. Country looks drought-stricken. Fire Creek, bone dry. Dead wallaby again. Harrington Creek, dry. A drover on horse with dog. He looked dusty. Marble Creek, overgrown, dry. Not so humid today. Blue skies, fluffy white clouds. Train with coal. Special goods train and carriages. Another stockman. 2 dogs. Huge cactuses, 12 foot tall, 20 foot. Some lads at the creek by Badgel. We are 16 miles from Sen. Good job. Has 1 general store, petrol station to railway. Past railway crossing, road cracked in the middle due to drought. High mountains on the left and right. Big back scenery. Bob's Creek dried up. Midge Creek dried up. No cattle today. Crossed the Tropic of Capricorn at 12:05 p.m. Took photos, intense heat. 5 miles to Rockhampton. Walked around, dried up river, saw 2 pelicans, herons and buzzards. Left Tropic of Capricorn at 12:20 p.m. We are now in the tropics. 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Blanched, palm-coloured grass. Arrived Rockhampton 12:35 p.m. Wide streets, verandas, pedestrians, cyclists, motor scooters everywhere. Beautiful wide river, boats, fishing, etc. Everyone rides bikes in Rockhampton. We had good impressions of Rockhampton. Lovely Fitzroy River. Dad went to the bank. We did shopping. Had lunch in the Orion restaurant. $4.41. Found Fitzroy Caravan Park. Caravan cost $4. Caravan nice and new. Clean, 4 beds. Brian slept on Lilo on floor. Had rest, then went to buy postcards and see the Government Tourist Bureau for information on Rockhampton. We went to the Botanical Gardens, but they were closed. Had tea, went to bed and read Woman's Weekly. 83 degrees Fahrenheit. We did 177 miles today. Saturday, August the 30th. I woke up at 6 o'clock, had breakfast and left Caravan Park at 8 a.m. for Mount Morgan, copper, silver and gold mines. Long straight road to Mount Morgan. Saw dead rats on the road, cactuses in the field. 12 miles of windy road to mines. On every corner there were posts right in the middle of the road. Lovely views of plants, plains and mountains in the distance. Beautiful bougainvillea, purple and pinks on the mountain sides. Fine weather, blue skies with clouds, very fresh morning. Ground is very dry and parched. Fine views of the mines ahead. Mount Morgan, quite a big place. 4,000 people. Library, school of mountains, wooden houses, different to Rockhampton. What are Euclid trucks? Arrived at Mount Morgan, car park at 8:55 a.m. Tour starts at 9:30 a.m. Went around mines with guides, very interesting. We got samples of silver, gold, copper and pyrites. Everyone left with their pockets bulging. Tour finished at 11:50 a.m. 25 cents for adults. See the pamphlet, and 10 cents for kids. Very hot. We must have walked 3 miles at least on the tour. Went into town of Mount Morgan, had fish and chips and veal range pieces. Veal orange pie. Real orange pie. Cost $3.50. Mum bought fizzy drinks. Left Mount Morgan. It looked a real mining town with wide veranda streets and rusty corrugated iron roofs. Decrepit tumble-down houses. Best buildings in the whole town was the Mount Morgan State High School. We have just passed the Tropics of Capricorn again at 1:25 p.m. Every house along the road has wooden latticed work verandas all around the house, tin roofs, often rusty and needing a lick of paint. All houses on stilts with storage underneath for cars, etc. Entered Rocky, as the locals call it, at 1:30 p.m. Went to the Botanical Gardens, which was finally open, and left at 4:30 p.m. Took lots of photos of the Botanical Gardens, returned to the caravan, had shower. Mum and Dad discussed mileages and places to stay for the night. This will be our last night in Rockhampton. We are returning to Sydney tomorrow. Had tea, went to bed, read Woman's Weekly. Got woken up at 2 a.m. by Brian banging about. Sunday the 31st of August. 238 miles today. Got up at 4:45 a.m. Dark. Had breakfast. Complications was when caravan key was lost, found in Brian's trouser pocket. Breakfast collapsed, tea everywhere. Breakfast table collapsed, tea everywhere, on curtains and Margaret's lap. Left caravan at 6:55. a.m. Left Rockhampton at 7:10. Bright morning, dew on the grass. We are 1,183 miles from Sydney to Rockhampton, and we're heading back. Past cactuses in fields, saw walkers past Larkham. Kids of all ages walking in bushes. Lots of cattle on road. Took photos. 10:50 past 6th night camping site on the rest area. Brian posted postcards to Glyn of Gingin. Seen 3 Brombies lorries so far today. You just can't get away from them. Past pinked blossom trees at 11 a.m. From Gingin to Childers, 38 miles. Arrived Gingin 11:15, 120 miles since breakfast. Left Gingin at 12:25 after a picnic lunch under a sprawling tree. Fine weather, not too hot, 12:38. Crossed Burnell Bridge. It must have rained here, for the river had a small amount of water. Sugarcane. Arrived Childers 1:20 p.m. Notice outside town saying fridge. Atrocious spelling. Parked outside Childers post office. They had spelt fridge Frige. At post office, 50 cents to phone Mr. and Mrs. Gould from Woomby Hostel for booking overnight. Dad brought petrol. We swapped around seats. Brian in front, Mum, Marg and me behind. Left Childers 1:40 p.m. Long straight road as far as the eye can see. Red soil to green lane fields on both sides of the road. Sorry, cane fields, not lane fields. Stopped Maryborough Park for 30 minutes. Mum and Dad booked number 5 cabin at Woomby. Last time we were number 6 cabin. We did 200 miles by 1:10 p.m. today. Reached our cabin at 6 p.m. It was just getting dark. Orange sunset. Had soup, baked beans, bread, tea, fruitcake and biscuits, apples. Had shower before turning in. Had pineapple. I slipped on the floor on the juice. Monday 1st of September. Got up at 6 a.m. Mileage 593 miles. Left cabin at 7:55. Started to rain at 8:05. Cleared up by 8:16. Warm sun 8:25. Saw rainbow after buying petrol near tourist area. We are heading towards Brisbane. Past Glasshouse Mountains, said to be the oldest. Bought cornflakes. Glasshouse Mountains are the oldest in Australia. Went shopping at Caloundra. Got lost in Brisbane. At Ipswich we had lunch in a shop restaurant. Pie, mashed potatoes and something. 40 cents. Followed by pavlova, fruit ice cream and cream on a meringue. Had cool pineapple drink, $2. Stopped at Cunninglingia Gap. Got view of pastures below Mount Mitchell. At Mount Cawdor there was dense rainforest and a national park. Here there was a picnic ground and camping area. Extremely green grass off the Darling Downs, and we were in sight, which was a sight for sore eyes. Cows are up to their knees in grass. Quote from Mum. 2:55 past Mar and Park Kettle in an old crunk, Ford Prefect. Rolling downs, dark brown soil, which is a change from the red soil of Rockhampton. Past farmer with tractor mending fence. Long straight roads, good macadamed roads, wind pumps, New England highway, not very busy. Mum is doing research on accommodation. Margaret is dozing, and Brian is not with us at all, i.e. he is asleep, or he is pretending to be. 150 miles, 3 p.m. Stop for petrol at Dalveen, 3:55 p.m. 200 miles by 4 p.m. Cotton Vale, dump. The summit, 3 foot, 30 foot high. The town round here is all fruit growing. Next place was Applethorpe, Granite Belt, Agricultural Research Flats, Stanthorpe, motel vacancies. Saw the showground, had tea on the picnic table, went to bed at 7:30 p.m, slept in a bus which was converted. It was run by the local council. Cost was $5. Tuesday, September the 2nd. Mileage 795 miles. Got up at 6 a.m. Left bus without having breakfast at 7:25. Saw 6-man on rail trolley going to work at 7:50. Fruit orchards, bushlands, shrub. Past Tick Gate 8 a.m. at border of Queensland, New South Wales. Tickman had a khaki uniform. We're now in New South Wales, 8:05 a.m. Stopped by Creek to Bridge, had breakfast, north of Tenterfield. We stopped to go gold panning in a lovely creek. It had willow, and we took photos. Quite hot. We didn't find any gems, however. But Brian found some pieces of metal. Tenterfield, the town of the widows. Quite nice. Mum brought sunglasses. Glen Innes. Stopped to walk town. Only 2 cafes, very poor. We did not get a good impression of the town. Everyone is asleep. Past Glen Innes and saw Craigieburn. Tourist park was $7. Book cabin, quite large, sink, no fridge. Big boulders and rocks, kids climbing Stonehenge. Had dinner. Mum and I did laundry. Then Mum, Dad and Brian went into Glen Innes, brought back fish and chips for tea. Went to bed at 9 p.m. Brian slept on the floor, quite cold at night. Wednesday, the 3rd of September. Got up at 5:30 a.m. Mileage 859 miles. Left. Cabin 8:15 a.m. Had cereal, eggs on toast, marmalade and coffee for breakfast. The country round here looks very English, just like Stonehenge. Highest point the car has ever been is 4,710 feet above sea level. Ben Lomond. All British names around here. Devil's Elbow, undulating. Puddle Clock. Drysdale. Had hot chocolate. Thunderbolt Rock. Last of New South Wales Bush Rangers, 12 p.m. We have just done 2,000 miles. Poison Swan Creek. Saw Mar and Parkettle again, 12:20. Got no place from Victoria. Moonby Ranges. Lunch at Tamworth, 1 p.m. Better than Armadale. Bought petrol at Willow Tree, 2:20. Slept at the Agricultural Hotel. Dengletto, $15. Thursday, 4th of September. Mileage 2,160. Got up at 6:15 a.m. Left hotel at 7:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. Saw a wild kangaroo cross road and jumped back over a wild fence. Stopped car to have a look. From here we returned home. It is worth saying there are 5 pages of further notes which you can read on the PDF, which list campsites, mileage, petrol costs, food costs, and various other observations taken on this trip and noted by Anne and Margaret. Here endeth the story.